All the rest. The speech title of Vamshi is My Glee with the Three. My Glee with the Three, Toastmaster Vamshi.
Thanks, Sudhir. Good evening, all my dear Toastmasters. My topic for today, for CC3, is My Glee with the Three. I know it looks a bit strange, but of course not weird, I suppose. What exactly it means? It's something which says that my happiness with the three. I know all have to understand the fact that happiness is very important thing in our life. But what does this happiness which does with my three? Whether the three is a number or number of objects I refer to, or number of persons, or number of things. What is the three? Maybe number of characteristics. I will tell you with three examples, with three different persons whom I have to learn a lot, and I learned a lot. The person number one. This guy, long back, was sitting under an apple tree, and a gentle wind cut off the apple from its branch, and eventually the apple landed on his head. Any guesses? Someone has said Newton, but your answer should be in a way that, are you idiot? A single apple tree and a single person, how can you expect us to answer? I understand you from this silence. Yes, I said Newton. But what an ordinary person will do by seeing that apple? At least I will grab immediately and gulp on a single. But that Newton, such a great person, he just thought, why did all that apple fall on earth? And what made that apple fall on earth? And why I'm not flying? And why I'm landing on the earth? What made this? And that stupid apple made the theory of gravitation and the theory of laws of motion, a lot of things in kinematics, dynamics, and all those physics, which is really headache and boredom for me. And when I heard the story, I felt that why at all Newton was sitting on an apple tree? Why at all he is not sitting on a coconut tree and the coconut did not fall on him? And it would have avoided all this nonsense, so-called physics. But the fact is that Newton is such a great person that he showed a different direction to the modern physics, and his works are stupendous and extraordinary. He is a pioneer in the modern sciences. So that is person number one. And person number two, he was a great author who created a character of a world famous detective. Any guesses? Yeah, he's right. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the character is none other than Sherlock Holmes. You know, thousands of letters in Great Britain flooded to the address 221B Baker Street, where the address is printed in the books of Sherlock Holmes. That is the impact of Sherlock Holmes, penned by Sir Doyle, was on the common people. They wrote lots of letters showing their problems, expecting an answer from him. And you know what? Doyle, with the help of Holmes, made a large number of inferences from a tiny evidence. It's something like, I can analogize that with using a hare trying to grab the hill. For example, I can exemplify this using two examples. Dr. Mortimer's stick in The Hound of Baskervilles and Henry Baker's hat in The Blue Carbuncle. Maybe the first one is a very known for all. The second one, a small hat. Using the hat, the number of inferences he makes, the hat is broad. So maybe the person should be broad-minded with a big brain, so very clever. It is elastic, and that's the reason it went off from the head of the owner. And it's a very expensive cloth, which is a 3 years old one. So this says that he bought 3 years back, which is very expensive one. He's a wealthy man. He was a wealthy man then, but he's using since 3 years, and this says that he is not well now. And he sees a candle stains, and he says that this man still is using candlelight, and the list goes on. Such a number of inferences he makes. Such a great deal of work by Doyle. And person number 3. This guy, in his early 1990s, 1900s, early 20th century, he was a great actor with a hat on his head, a stick on his hand, and a smile on his face. He was the king of silent films. Without a single word, he used to bring a lot of laugh in the audiences, and is a world famous actor. Any guesses? Yes, Charlie Chaplin. This is the third person. Do you find any common thing between all these three persons what I mentioned? It's okay. They are all from United Kingdom. It's only coincidence, nothing to do with my happiness. So, what all these 3 persons to do with my happiness? I didn't get. Isaac Newton represents intelligence, innovation, and invention, which is really very much required in this present age. And the second person, Sir Dyer, he represents wisdom, sapience, and the ability to think, which is very well required for us to solve the daily trials and tests. And the third one, Charlie Chaplin, he represents wit, humor, and fun. I don't need to explain the role of fun which makes you happy in your daily lives. So what I want to say is, these 3 persons with 3 distinct instincts are real inspiration for me. And I put these 3 things as for a man which is required for him to make a complete man. Not, according to me, wearing raiments does not make a complete man, but having these 3 things will make a complete man. So I feel very happy if I possess these 3 characteristics. Maybe it's according to me and I take these 3 characteristics. But maybe if others may have, they want to learn attitude from Nandamuri Balakrishna, and maybe few others want to have style from Power Star Pawan Kalyan. That depends on others. So what I want to say is, these 3 instincts from these 3 persons, I love to have them in my life, in all my ambiences. I love to see these 3 characteristics in my friends, and that's the reason I always specified as my Glee with the 3. Over to you.